man, what do you want me to say to you? I want to speak with my lawyer.
Okay, you're going to need a lawyer.
Yes, you do. Stop. You are an abomination. And who might y'all be? Age right number, mother.
Welcome to the breakdown. 9 a.m. on a Friday. What starts as a routine disturbance call at a comfort inn quickly turns into something far more complicated. A locked door, a woman in crisis, and officers forced to make decisions in real time. Stay with us. This one escalates fast.
Who is it?
Sheriff's office.
Might I ask what the problem is?
Sheriff's office.
I was approached by someone, and I would like to know what the problem is. Because I can't even get in my own pool. There was a dog in the parking lot.
Unlock the door. Unlock the door.
You're going to go to jail if you don't open the door.
If you don't open this, you're going to go to jail.
I'm going to defacts, and I'm going to my lawyers. I want you all to calm down for a minute.
Unlock the door,
please. And I will unlock it for you.
Okay, go ahead and remove it.
Now, might I ask why?
Because we're telling you to.
Do you have a warrant?
I don't need a warrant.
Don't need one.
Why was that lady?
You're going to jail.
All right, you've been warned.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yep, so are we. Open the door.
What do you want me to do, baby?
Unlock the door.
Okay, are you going to arrest me?
Unlock the door.
No, go get my lawyer.
Okay, now you just added a charge of resisting. Good job.
No, I would like to speak with my lawyer. The lady replied to the fruits.
Cool. You just got trespass after warning and resisting.
I'm going to leave if it's all right then.
Yeah, come on
you
out.
are leaving.
Come on out.
I believe that the hotel across the street tried to poison me over chlorine. I tried to go there last night to run from the guy that I believe is a pedophile above my head. And then I was refused service at 2 hotels. I've never been in this hotel. I say to myself, I'm going to go
Room
to the pool,
326.
and enjoy the pool, then go about all this city freaking business that I still have to do because my aunt has just died.
Man, would
So
you unlock
now
the door,
I have to try
please?
to make sure that my money from my grandfather that she took illegally from me is secure. Is that?
I can't talk to you through the door. Would you unlock the door, please?
I don't want y'all to rush on me.
I'm not going to rush on you. Unlock the door.
You guys just were like, la 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 la.
All right, well, da-la-la-la-la-la, open the
Well,
door.
that's a big deal to some people,
All right,
okay?
well, da-la-la-la-la, open the
Just
door.
like something getting poisoning.
Unlock the door, please.
Sir, I'm just asking. I told you guys about Wilson's thing that was closed.
Remove that lock, and we'll talk further.
Well, might we go outside so that I can
Yeah,
see?
I think that sounds like an
Right?
excellent idea. Why don't
Step
you
on
unlock
out.
that door?
I'm trying to compromise with you guys.
Okay, well,
you know how scary it is being in my position? My mom is
Yes,
dead.
ma'am. We're in a
My
compromising
stepdad's
mood. Go ahead and open that up.
I'm trying to get to my own business, and there is so many.
Would you unlock the
people
door,
where there
please?
was a gold hoop in the floor.
We're getting a special
Now, I
key
haven't
for that
called
door.
the
If we have to
private
use that,
investigators
are you going to open it
so
or not?
what might be occurring?
Okay, he's already got it.
I don't know. What do you want me to do? Keep forcing the blonde on me? Because she looks like a
Blonde?
psychopath. That means she might be. Isn't it her? Sir, calm down, and I'll give you a second. Just
You
calm
gonna
down.
undo
You don't have to break in the door. Just
Apparently
calm
you
down.
do.
Just chill. I'll open.
Unlock it. Here we go.
Look, man, what do you want me to say to you?
Fantastic.
I want to speak with my lawyer.
Okay, you're going to need a lawyer.
Yes, you do. Stop. You are an abomination. And who might y'all be? Age right number, mother.
Right here, pause. She asks the key question, do you have a warrant? And the officer fires back, I don't need one. Here's the legal reality. He's largely correct. When hotel management authorizes law enforcement to remove someone creating a disturbance, guest or not, officers are acting on third-party consent, which removes the warrant requirement entirely. But here's where it gets complicated. This woman isn't just being combative. She's clearly overwhelmed. She's talking about her aunt dying, being refused service elsewhere, fearing for her safety. This is a textbook moment where the line between a criminal disturbance and a mental health crisis starts to blur. Officers are trained for command and control, but are they trained enough to recognize when someone needs a crisis counselor, not a set of handcuffs? The door is still locked, the clock is ticking, and the situation is about to hit a breaking point. What would you have done in this hallway?
How many of us have been
Taser! Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back.
Yes, sir, I will. I'll scary.
down.
I don't
Sit
know
down.
what to do.
Face down. Hands behind your back.
Please, I'm not anyone. I'm just someone's daughter lost down here. I'm gonna shut up. I want to speak to my lawyer. I want to speak to my lawyer from Punta Gorda.
You'll get a chance to do that.
Thank you, sir. I apologize. That was horrible.
14 Central, one large lady Tase.
Please don't do this to me, you guys. Look at the blueprints.
Alright. Go ahead and sit up.
I'm so sorry. Might have this.
Hold on.
Where's your wallet?
My wallet is in my.
Is it in your purse?
I believe it's in my beach.
Beach bag.
Yeah, I brought it with me. Imagine if I hadn't. I'm sorry.
God, it's a flashlight.
That was terrible.
Did you request Enos?
No.
Might I have a cigarette?
Have you taken anything today?
No, sir.
It's a little on the extra side.
I'm just going through something really hard. And when I went to the place that they were supposed to solve it, they were more concerned with Ty McLeod than they were with helping me get to the therapist. Now, I did get to the therapist, but the mental health ladies, they don't cover under the judge. They flutter around like they can do whatever they want. And it's very hard when that happens, especially when you pay.
You live right down the street on Rampart. Why are you here?
Because that guy lives above. It's like this weird thing with my aunt
314
and the
Central, copy
banks.
one.
So I don't want to get hurt, right? So I don't even know where she's been buried. And it's real important. But,
November 12/11/1990.
ow.
Right.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't know what to say. I didn't
Well,
mean to
the
resist.
easy answer is, hi,
Yes,
how
sir.
are you? My name's... Right?
Yes, sir.
That's all you gotta do.
I'm sorry.
Instead of struggling and being all slimy. Right?
It smelled like urine.
At least the bed's all nice and made. Alright, so you will be going to jail today for trespass after warning
No,
and
I
resisting.
asked her who she was, and she didn't tell me who she was, sir. I'd like for you to rethink it for a moment.
I don't even think anything.
Can I please go to the BHU and calm down? I finally got my hair untangled. And that's where the judge asked me to go. I had to ask him 3 times for an MHE, not a psych. So I don't know where they were going to put me, but if they shaved my head, I was going to freak out.
She is making lots of dollars yelling. You show her information for supervisor.
Now, just
Before and that's
Imagine that.
$6,000, and the therapist was more concerned with McLeod than with getting the information across to the therapist. I was able to go after I got out, so I must have been able to say something. Because they've been shaming me since I got here. And you know, like, it's hard to find private investigators. I asked for the private eyes number, it takes some days.
What's that? What do you think?
I'm like, we're making a defects today. But I don't know what I'm going to do about my house. What about the pedophile and all those other pedophiles over there that I got pushed into instead of being able to, like, be with McLeod?
You have your,
I'm just, I had to wait for a year to prove to Miss Connie, my doctor,
you,
why in the pen I didn't
you don't have
have the
mustache with
sleeping
you.
pills
No,
that I
where's
needed.
mustache?
She then took me on a brain draft of a brain-changing drug instead of just a drug that puts
Would you
me
mind
to
standing
sleep.
up? Would you mind standing up for me? We'll get you some shoes. You get your little sandals there, and we'll
Might I
walk
put
out.
on
Okay?
some clothes? Is there any way you guys can put all my stuff together?
And just like that, the taser comes out. Toss, toss, toss. That's the deployment call. The officer later confirms he fired twice, noting the first round wasn't effective, a critical detail that tells us the subject was still actively resisting even after the first shock. In law enforcement protocol, a taser is classified as a less lethal intermediate force option. It's authorized when verbal commands have failed, physical control isn't safely viable, and the subject poses a risk to themselves or others. By this point, officers had spent nearly 3.5 minutes issuing repeated warnings, threatening forced entry, and receiving escalating resistance. The threshold had been crossed. But here's the gut punch of this footage. Right after the taser, listen to what she says. I apologize. It's so scary. I don't know what to do. That's not the language of someone fighting law enforcement. That's someone who is lost, frightened, and clearly in crisis. This moment is the emotional core of this entire video. And it forces us to ask a hard question. Does our system have the right tools to handle someone like this? Or are we sending a hammer to fix what might need a surgeon?
I have a one in the closet. I don't know if he's gonna be one. I don't know, like, I'm gonna go to prison for 8 years if you guys take me off instead of being able to do my business.
I didn't do that to you.
Yeah, you did when you let Ellen sell me like a slave.
You're gonna stop.
Can I have a cigarette, please, sir? Why is it my fault?
Stop tensing up.
I want someone to collect my property. Please bring my...
Stop tensing up.
I have $200 glasses on.
Stop.
Goddamn box so I can get into that studio.
And you're gonna walk like
And
a
it's
grown-up.
my studio.
Do you understand me?
Yes, sir, I do.
You
Yes, sir,
understand
yes, sir. Do I say no or what do you say?
Right.
Left.
Can I speak to my lawyer while we're here?
No.
Martha, why did you say no then? Remember? God doesn't have to work, Mike. I'm so sorry. The chlorine scared me. And they've been pacing me back and forth yelling. And then they've been chasing Ty around over that old man. I wouldn't have even seen the husband at all. All I knew was some guy messing with me when I tried to put a lock on my door.
Hey, buddy.
So it's just been a walk. Please don't see me that. I can do it. But you guys have to move at the same time. Like when I told the therapist to try to help me with the thing upstairs. I guess, you know, it's a bank thing. Like what Susan was doing when she asked me to sign a quitclaim deed and then mortgage out. And she called my dad a loose cannon. But really, it kind of wasn't. He made her $700,000. He wasn't a dummy. He was a good son. Don't you think that my little glass ideals might make some good money?
I have no idea. This way.
Well, the golden hoop on my mag light, that better not come off, because that didn't come in the building. I knew when she came out there to cause me problems, asked me what that lady was doing last night. Is there tulip in the lemonade? Maybe checking those things. No, taste it. I'm serious. Because look at them berries down there. What do you think I'm a little scared
Look at
of?
them berries.
Yeah.
Like
Did
berries and cream.
Well, what does lemonade taste like to you, sir? Kobe?
Berries and cream. Berries and cream.
The Marmalade Hills of VHSville. Please make sure I get my property, okay? I'm so sorry. It's really hard.
Nothing to do.
You got anything on your...
Never have a baby. We'll see.
Have a seat. Fantastic.
And I plan to make sure they
Does
have
she
enough
still have one
money
in
for
her?
calls,
Yes.
not to be yelled at.
All right. We're gonna get this out of the little probe out of you, okay?
You're not going to put no more probes in me, are you?
No.
Okay, because I did see a guy with his head shaved and a plastic probe in him. I don't want that to happen to my life.
Lean back.
You understand, Fafavillion? Oh,
Rays are the ones that do the probing.
Got it.
that seat. I'm sorry, I didn't want
I think
you guys
that
to
was
look
the
at
only
that.
one.
Another wire coming.
Lift
I
your,
know
lift
there
your
was
head
too
up.
much chlorine in there. I smoke so I can
Turn that way.
pneumonia. You can,
Turn that way.
You can tell it.
Turn that way. Nope, the other way.
Oh.
Keep going. Keep going. Stop.
Just keep your mouth shut, right? We'll see. I'm sorry, it took so long to get there, and I don't have anyone to
six.
talk to.
There's some up there in the room.
Well, I know that, but I thought 3 actually made contact. I don't know. I didn't see. It looked like one.
I deployed 2.
You deployed
Did you
2.
fire
I didn't see
twice?
it. I didn't see you fire twice.
I didn't see you fire twice.
My first
It
one
was a
wasn't
little-
effective,
I fired.
so I fired the second one.
Okay.
It wasn't too bad, I didn't die.
Yeah, right.
All right, let's bring it all together. What began as a routine 9M disturbance call at a Comfort Inn escalated over the course of 12 minutes into a Taser deployment and 2 criminal charges. Trespassing after warning and resisting an officer without violence. From a law enforcement procedure standpoint, the officers followed a recognizable escalation ladder. Verbal commands, repeated warnings, a threatened forced entry, and ultimately, a less lethal use of force when compliance still hadn't been achieved. The trespass authorization from hotel management removed the warrant requirement, and the charges filed were consistent with the resistance documented on camera. But what this footage also puts squarely in front of us is the uncomfortable reality of mental health on the front lines. This woman was not simply a rule breaker. She was someone clearly navigating grief, fear, systemic failures in mental health care, and what appeared to be a genuine crisis state. The officer asking, "Have you taken anything today?" was a small nod toward recognizing that, but the system didn't have a better tool to offer in that moment. The bigger question this video raises isn't just whether the officers were right or wrong. It's whether we've built a public safety infrastructure capable of distinguishing between a criminal and a person in desperate need of help and responding accordingly. That debate belongs to all of us. If you found this breakdown as eye-opening as we did, hit that like button, drop your thoughts in the comments. We read every single one, and make sure you subscribe for more real-life body cam breakdowns. New videos drop regularly, and trust us, you do not want to miss what's coming next.